How are you, students? Our today lesson is Climate of Africa. In the previous lesson, we have seen position, size, shape of Africa, and geological history and relief structure of Africa. When we say our previous lesson, Africa position can be expressed in two ways. These are relative location and absolute location. When we see the absolute location of Africa, Africa extends 37 degrees north and 35 degrees south and 17 degrees west and 51 degrees east of the Greenwich meridian. And also in the previous lesson, we have seen about size of Africa. Africa is the largest continent in the world next to Asia, and Africa has a relatively compact shape. And also, when we see the geological history of Africa, during Precambrian era, orogenesis and crystalline basement complex is formed. During Paleozoic era, denudation and peneplanation of the land in Africa, and heavy erosion is occur and formation of coal formed during this era. And we see the relief structure of Africa. Africa has diverse relief feature. For example, plateau, hill, mountain, and so on. But most of the landform of Africa is dominated by plateau. Today, we will discuss about climate of Africa. Students, please think about these two questions. What is climate? Why Africa has varied climate? Please think this question for 2 minutes. Climate is an atmospheric condition for long period of time, almost for 13 to 35 years for a given geographical environment. Weather is an atmospheric condition for short period of time. Can you tell me, students, about elements of weather and climate? For example, temperature, wind, cloud cover are an element of weather and climate. Africa has varied climate because of the intervention of weather and climate control. The most factors that affect the climate of Africa are latitude, altitude, distance from the sea, ocean current, mountain barriers are the most factors that affect the climate of Africa. How latitudes affect the climate of Africa? Latitude indicates the distance place having from the equator. Depend on your lower grade 9 lesson, natural region divided into 3 zones. These are the tropical zone, which is located between 23.5 degrees north and south of the equator. The temperate zone, it's found between 23.5 up to 66.5 degrees north and south of the equator. And the last one is the frigid zone, which is found between 66.5 degrees up to 90 degrees north and south of the equator. Area found around the equator have high temperature because of high angle of the sun. When we move from the equator toward the pole, the temperature is decreased. So almost the area of Africa lies within the tropics. Because of this, Africa has high temperature. How altitude affects the climate of Africa? As we know, when an altitude increases, temperature is decreased. Can you do this activity, students? Temperature is lower in higher altitude, in that the air is very thin. This reduces the temperature retention capacity of the air. The second reason is when an altitude increases, the temperature is decreased. Say, the warm air rises. At reaching highest altitude, it becomes condensed. Because of this, the high altitude areas has cool temperature. The atmosphere is not directly heated by the sun, but heated by the earth. This is the reason why an altitude increase, temperature is decreased. Let us see a distance from the sea. How distance from the sea affects the climatic condition of Africa. Water bodies influence the temperature and rainfall condition of land masses. For example, the Sahara Desert is found far away, the influence of ocean current. Because of this, the Sahara area has high temperature. But Ethiopia receives summer rainfall because of the area is near to the sea, that is the Atlantic and Indian Ocean. Students, what are ocean currents? Ocean water moves horizontally and vertically. Why ocean waters move? Because of different forces, that is colorist force, winds, and other forces. The horizontal movement of ocean water is called ocean current. based on the origin, ocean currents of two types. These are the warm ocean current and the cold ocean current. The warm ocean current have high temperature and high moisture. Because of this, it has warm effect. For example, most of the African area receive rainfall because of this warm ocean current. When you see the cold ocean current, the cold ocean current have low moisture and low temperature. Most of the deserts of the world is found in the western coast of the margin because of the effect of cold ocean current. There are major ocean currents that affect the climate condition of Africa. These are the Canary cold current, the Benguela cold current, and the Mozambique warm current. The Canary cold current and the Benguela cold current affect the western coast of Africa, and the Mozambique warm current affects the southeastern part of Africa. Let us see the major planetary winds of Africa. Depend on your lower grade lesson, there are three types of winds. These are planetary winds, monsoon winds, and local winds. Planetary winds blow over the globe permanently, but it changes its direction because of colorist force. Most of the Africa lies within the tropics, so the Africa area is dominated by these permanent winds. These are the southeast trade winds and the northeastern trade winds. The Guinea monsoon wind, or the equatorial westerly wind, which started from the Atlantic Ocean, have a significant impact on the climate of equatorial Africa. Let us move to the temperature condition of Africa. Two over three areas of Africa lies within the tropics. So Africa has high temperature. But Africa has a different land feature because of this different region of Africa has different climate. Let us see the lowland, the desert, and the semi-desert area of Africa experience the highest temperature in the continent. The Sahara, the largest desert in the world because of its location. As we see in the previous, the Sahara Desert is found far away from the influence of ocean current. So it has high temperature in Africa. And the East African highlands, on the other hand, have lower temperature because of the result of their high altitude. The Atlas of Morocco and Cape Range of South Africa have lowest temperature in the continent as a result of high altitude and latitudinal location. The distribution of temperature in Africa also have seasonal variation because of the apparent movement of the sun within the two tropics, that is Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. The months December, January, February constitute the summer season in the southern hemisphere. During this time, the sun overhead southern of the equator. So as a result, areas of high temperature are found in the southern Africa. And in the north and northeast part of the continent, mainly relatively cool and dry at this time. During January, the sun is overhead south of the equator, that is Tropic of Capricorn. During this time, the temperature is very high in the southern hemisphere, and the low pressure is found in the southern hemisphere. So during January, the southern part of Africa has high temperature. during July, the sun overhead north of the equator. So the low pressure is found in the northern part. So during this time, the northern part receive high temperature. Let's move to rainfall distribution of Africa. The distribution of precipitation in Africa is controlled by intertropical convergence zone. So, as we see in the previous, the months of December, January, and February constitute the summer season in the southern hemisphere. This season, this area receive high rainfall. In July, the overhead the sun is located near to the Tropic of Cancer. And also the southeast trade winds invade the part of Africa north of the equator, causing the region receive high rainfall. So most of the African receive rainfall because of these permanent winds. The southeast trade winds invade the part of Africa in the north of the equator, causing the region to receive high rainfall. Let us see climatic region of Africa. Africa has 7 climatic regions. These are the equatorial, the tropical continental or savanna, tropical desert and semi-desert, tropical maritime or monsoon, warm temperate continental, highland, and Mediterranean climatic region. Let us see about the equatorial climatic region. The equatorial climatic region is located between 6 degrees north and south of the equator. This region has high angle of the sun throughout the year. Because of this, the region has high temperature. When you say the mean monthly and the annual temperature is very high, and also high daily and low annual range of temperature. This low annual range of temperature shows all months of the equatorial region receive high temperature. And the type of rainfall this region receive convectional type. Depending on your lower grade lesson, there are 3 types of rainfall. These are cyclonic type of rainfall, convectional type of rainfall, and orographic type of rainfall. The equatorial rainforest region receive convectional type of rainfall because in this region there is a high temperature. So convectional type of rainfall is formed because of intense heat. The equatorial climatic region of Africa mostly receive the convectional type of rainfall because in this area there is a high temperature. The amount of rainfall in this area is very high. It exceeds 1,500 millimeters per year. Let's move to tropical continental or savanna climate. This climatic region is found 5 degrees up to 50 degrees north and south of the equator. It is a transitional zone. It's found between the equatorial region and the hot desert. For this region, summer is very hot and winter is very cool. High daily temperature in its northern section throughout the year and lower temperature in the south and eastern section because of higher altitude. For 3 to 8 months, the season has dry climate. The tropical desert and semi-desert climate of Africa, climatic region of Africa. It has short rainy season and the amount of rainfall, it is between 250 to 500 millimeter. The average temperature of this region is between 25 degrees Celsius up to 36 degrees Celsius. And extremely fluctuation in temperature over the course of a day. Within 24 hours, temperature is vary. Let's move to the tropical maritime or monsoon climatic region of Africa. This climatic region is found only in the southern hemisphere. The region extends between Durban in the South Africa to Dar es Salaam, which is found in Tanzania. In this region, the annual range of temperature is very low. Let's move to the warm temperate continental climate. This climatic region is confined to the high veld of the Republic of South Africa. It is the smallest of all the climatic regions. In this region, the temperature it has high rainfall and cool temperature condition. Why it has cool temperature? Because the areas found at highest altitude. The rainfall controlled mainly by onshore winds. By the way, what is the difference between onshore and offshore winds, students? Okay, onshore winds are winds that start from water bodies. Offshore winds start from land bodies. For example, the northeaster trade winds. So the rainfall is controlled mainly by onshore wind that blow from the Indian Ocean. The wind that start from the Indian Ocean, we call it southeast trade wind. Let's move to highland or mountain climate. In this area, the temperature is cool with a small annual range. Some areas covered by permanent snow, such as like Kilimanjaro and Kenya Mountain. The region experiences mainly high rainfall, and the type of rainfall this area receives is orographic origin. Let's move to the Mediterranean climate. The Mediterranean climate region is found in the Maghreb region in the north, from Morocco to North Libya and the Cape province of South Africa. The summer of the Mediterranean region is hot, sunny, and bright and dry, and the winter is wet. So this region receives little rain. The wind that started from the Atlantic Ocean, the name of the wind, we call it westerly winds. So during winter season, the Mediterranean climatic region of Africa receives little rain. Drought is a condition of unusually dry weather within a geographical region. Expected rainfall does not occur during drought. The severity of drought is measured in terms of the degree of moisture deficiency, its duration, and the size of the area affected. What are the major causes of drought? Deforestation, overgrazing, overcropping, expansion of farmland, and settlement are the major cause of drought in Africa. Generally, we have seen about climate of Africa and the different climatic region of Africa. So, students, please do these activities. Generally, today we have seen about climatic region of Africa and what seems like the climate of Africa. Why climate of Africa is varied. So, depend on today's lesson, please students do these activities. Question 1, which area of Africa gets maximum rainfall in the month of January and which in July? What are the dominant rainfall type in Africa? What are the major winds that bring summer rainfall to the most African countries? It is our today lesson. Next time we will discuss about the drainage of Africa. Thank you for listening.